Good afternoon, I'm Paolo Del Rosario. This is Newsfeed on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. Former Senator Antonio Trillanes files a drug smuggling case against Davao City lawmaker Paolo Duterte, the husband of the Vice President, Attorney Vance and former Customs Commissioner Nicanor Faeldon. Trillanes accuses the three of committing conspiracy in smuggling 600 kilos of shabu, worth 6.4 billion pesos back in May 2017. The shipment was reportedly imported from China using the Customs Bureau's express lane. Also named the complaint were former presidential advisor Allen Capuyan, Davao City Councilor Small Abellera, and alleged smuggler Charlie Tan. Congressman Duterte welcomes the case filed against him by Trillanes, but calls the allegations baseless. He says he is ready to face a complaint in court. Duterte has a pending libel case against Trillanes, who had linked the lawmaker to drug smuggling. Lawmakers hailed a cut on confidential and intelligence funds in the 2025 national budget. Hannah T. tells us why.
The 16% cut in confidential and intelligence funds, or CIF, in the 2025 national budget gives government more opportunity to allot resources to critical areas like job creation and social aid. That's according to leaders of the House of Representatives. Initially, the 2025 National Expenditure Program proposed 11.39 billion for CIF, split between 5.22 billion for confidential expenses and 6.17 billion for intelligence. However, the Department of Budget and Management approved a lower total of 10.29 billion, aiming for more strategic allocation.
It means that it gives us more elbow room to provide those funds for other purposes. Like for example, yung sinasabi ni Speaker na job creation, yung dagdag sa ayuda, AIX, TUPAD, a welcome news for us that we may be able to add it also for other programs of government, specifically yung ayuda sa ating mga mamamayan na nangangailangan.
The House Committee on Appropriations will commence budget briefings for the 6.352 trillion 2025 National Expenditure Program next week. The Development Budget Coordinating Council, or DBCC, will lead discussions with key agencies like Budget and Finance starting Monday. The aim is to finalize the General Appropriations Bill, or GAB, by the end of September and submit it to the Senate before the October recess. To expedite the process, committee hearings will be held concurrently with budget deliberations using new spaces in the Batasan building.
But I'm confident with the efficient work being done by the different vice chairmen of the Committee on Appropriation, plus the active participation of the minority in the budget deliberations, will be able to come up with the House General Appropriations Bill by end of September.
Hannah T., Bilyonaryo News Channel.
U.S. Vice President Kamala Harris going on the offensive. Speaking at a campaign stop in Georgia, Harris dared Republican presidential nominee, former President Donald Trump, to face her in a debate. She also called the criticisms made by Trump and his running mate, J.D. Vance, plain weird. Harris then rallied her supporters, saying recent polls show the momentum of the presidential race is shifting to their favor. The presumptive Democratic nominee is expected to pick her running mate by August 7.
So he won't debate, but he and his running mate sure seem to have a lot to say about me. And by the way, don't you find some of their stuff to just be plain weird? Well, Donald, I do hope you'll reconsider to meet me on the debate stage. Because as the saying goes, if you've got something to say, say it to my face. So the momentum in this race is shifting. And there are signs that Donald Trump is feeling it.
The European Union says it won't recognize Venezuela's elections results until all the votes were counted and records provided. Presidential President Nicolas Maduro was declared winner by the Venezuelan Election Commission over opposition candidate Edmundo Gonzalez with 51% of the votes. But the opposition rejected the results, resulting in violent protests in the streets of Caracas. EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell says the Electoral Commission announced the vote results on the basis of 80% of the ballots counted, but the opposition published different results. Borrell adds the EU will only decide on the possible next steps after the full results are made available. Earlier, the US-based Carter Center said the Venezuelan presidential elections did not meet international standards of electoral integrity. The Olympic women's and men's triathlon finally pushing through this Wednesday. Organizers cleared the event after the latest in-river water tests showed lower levels of bacteria. The decision ended days of uncertainty and came as a relief for the athletes raring to dive into the river competition. And those are the news this hour. I'm Paolo Del Rosario. Stay tuned to Bilyonaryo News Channel for more top-of-the-hour news. Catch us on Free TV, Channel 31, and also on our website, bnc.ph. Bilyonaryo News Channel, always on top.